Hey guys, Matt Sayers here, and today I'm back with Bailey for another episode of Anime vs. Reality. Where today
Hey everybody.
you're you're a bit delayed on that response.
Sorry, I'm just writing an email to someone. But yeah, I'm still good.
Yeah,
Just sending it now. But hey everyone.
yeah, we're gonna be finishing Madoka Magica today, and we'll be revealing what the next anime is. Although, if you know Madoka Magica, you're gonna be able to guess where we're going after this. Anyways, we're starting off with episode 9. With, Kyoko is, catching Sayaka's falling body. It's the body husk, though. Why are you bothering to catch that? But she's like, it's only just the body of Sayaka, not the soul. And Homura shows up to fight the witch, whose name is Octavia von Secondorf. Again, German. I'll just go with Octavia for it. And reveals to Kyoko her magic is that. So Homura's showing off her magic in front of Kyoko. It's time manipulation, as we've determined many times. So she explains that Octavia is actually Sayaka and that she must throw away the husk of meat to fight.
I like that name, Bianca.
What? Bianca?
Go on.
Did
I
you
like
say?
that name.
I said Sayaka.
I know, but it rhymes with Bianca.
But yeah,
Bianca,
they managed to get out of the
Bianca.
barrier and they got Sayaka's body. And Madoka finds her way to them and it's like, yeah, Sayaka's dead. And Kyoko is just carrying the body. It's like, you know exactly what happened. Mostly because you see it, but it also is like,
How
Madoka
could you not
knows.
see it? She's like, we get a shot of the camera walking towards us holding the body.
No, but it's like that type of shot that's like the character, so the character knows what happened without any words.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, kind of like, I don't know why, but it reminded me of Arkham City where the Joker died. You know,
Yeah,
bringing him out. All of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, even though Harry didn't die, he's like...
yeah, that, yeah. So, and Homura in all her cold-heartedness is just like, yeah, she's dead. Her soul gem became a grief seed, and now she's that witch Octavia. Sayaka now lives as a curse, to curse as many people as she tried to save. And
Go on.
Kyoko, always having to be the, you got Homura, who is, the cold-hearted one. And then you got Kyoko, who is, the ball of anger and energy that you don't want to have on the bad side. Ever.
They're kind of like, even though there's less of them, it's kind of like we got a Seven Dwarfs situation going on.
There's only really 4 characters in focus, though, isn't there?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
that's what I said,
technically
it's kind of
5
like
if you
Seven
count QB.
Yeah, I guess, but I guess you can't call them dwarves anymore. There's 7 magical creatures.
Really?
But anyway, wait.
Yes, but yeah, Kyoko gets angry at Homura without a logical reason of being angry. And it's like, Homura's like, you brought the corpse of a magical girl with you. What are you gonna do with it? Because you have to dispose of this body that you're carrying out in the open. It's like, as bad as Homura saying dispose of the body, it's like, Yeah, you don't want to be seen as the young teen carrying a dead corpse through the streets. And, and Kyoko was like, "Are you even human?" In which Shimura was like, "Well, apparently not." It's
I am beyond the plane of mortal realms.
but it's funny how it's like, "Are you even human?" It's like, no magical girl is. Technically speaking, your your soul gems controlling a husk that's in your image.
Zombie! Zombie girl.
Yeah, they say zombie like earlier,
Like,
but
like that anime we watched where the dad likes the zombie daughter.
you ever get a Seikarea?
Yeah.
No, that's not how that worked.
No, I did not mean it that way. Get your mind out of the guns.
No, the idea of that was like back then when we covered that was the daughter looked like the wife a lot. That's the only reason why he was like that. And just for that Bailey, you can take the next 2 points.
Well, if you insist. Oh, wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear ya.
Alright, just making sure that mic can come out. Kyubey shows up once again to Madoka's room to chat, and Madoka asks if what Homura said is true, to which Kyubey confirms. The magical girl contracts that will turn them into witches is done and extend the lifespan of the universe due to entropy. Now, I assume you know what entropy is, right?
QB explains it later in their own way.
Yes. It's basically, from what I understand, thermal energy.
No, it's entropy is more in alignment of chaos.
Yeah, it's meant to do like thermal energy with the randomness of the universe or something.
Oh, in this anime, yeah.
Yeah, in this anime, not in real life.
No, it still applies to real life in a way because of it's like whatever happens sort of stuff.
I guess. Alright, where was I? To use the example Kyubey gives, the energy you get from burning wood is unequal to the energy required to grow a tree in the first place. Kyubey's civilization developed the tech to convert emotions into energy and discover humans as the best energy source to overcome entropy. Getting the Matrix vibes here.
Yeah.
Essentially, the most effective source of energy in humans are young teenage girls who going through puberty. Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
I just realized I have all 3 of my swords in the background.
Ugh. You're gonna cut them up?
No, I'm just noting that in the background I've got all 3 swords. I usually try and just have 2.
And the creation of a witch releases a lot of energy that the incubators go in to collect. Kyubey says that humans will soon leave Earth and join their race in space. Kyubey reveals they do not understand how a contract works through how the contract works and the lack of clarity of the contract.
Yeah, I love how it's just like, oh, you can make a wish without explaining the fine details of it. It's just like, here, you can have a wish. Whatever you want to wish for.
Kind of like the live action Aladdin movie, you know, you could make a wish, but you have to be specific.
Yeah.
Which I think, like, no, because that's bullshit. You've seen Aladdin, right?
No.
You seen the Disney movie?
No.
Well,
I know of it.
Well, to make a long story short, he still had a wish. He didn't use his second wish. Genie chose of his free will to save Aladdin. And he says, nah, that cost you a wish, Owl. I said, no, it didn't. You chose to do it. But that was rectified in the Disney live action. One of the few things I do like about it. But anyways, Where were we? In some dark joke, Kyubey says that when she wants to die and help the universe, Madoka just needs to contact them.
Yeah, it's just the weirdest dark joke you could make.
Note, Kyubey says there are 6.9 billion people on Earth, placing the time period of this anime at the start of 2011, around the actual release date of the anime, January 7th.
I actually went and checked, like I used Google to be like, how many people are there on Earth? It's like, yeah, 6. It was like 7. We're like at like 7 point something billion, getting close to 8 now. So honestly, in the last decade, we have really exploded in how many there are.
Yeah.
Because of it, like a full billion in a decade. But it's like that small, like the small details that you go and research, you just don't. You realize how much they actually put more detail in the anime than you expect.
Yeah, I like when anime does that.
Yeah, because it's like it could be like a very odd reference, or it could be like something you just don't know that's a common thing in Japan, or something like that. Anyway, let's get over. Let's get back on track and get over to Kyoko's hotel room hideout.
Oh yeah, so over at Kyoko's place or hideout, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it seems more of a
QB
hideout because she doesn't really seem like a person that stays in a location.
QB wonders why Kyoko is so dedicated to keeping the Sayaka corpse fresh. Kyoko wants to know if there is any way to get Sayaka's soul gem back, but even Kyubey doesn't know if there is a way to do so. Kyoko notes there must be some way to achieve it, but she doesn't need it anyway.
Why
The
does
next
she not
day-
need shit?
I know, she doesn't need their pity.
Mm.
She's a strong, independent woman. The next day, Hitomi mentions Madoka doesn't look that great, and she plays it off as lack of sleep. But we know the truth. We know what's going on.
I mean, in a way, you could say it's lack of sleep because being up late to do some of the stuff. So there's a bit of truth in it.
Kyoko telepathically talks to Madoka, telling her that they must talk. The conversation. Sorry, what?
It's like she's all the way on the roof, and it's like, oh, it works at whatever distance you want it to work at.
Yeah. Where was I?
The plan.
The conversation is about somehow saving Sayaka, and if they fail, would Madoka forget about her? The plan is to use Madoka to talk to Vasakata, which to stop her curses and regain memories of her human self. Madoka wants to help out the plan and introduces herself as Kaname Madoka. Wasn't she trying to lie about her name? Or...
No, that is actually her name.
I'm thinking of something else then.
Yeah. So we go back to the school and I had to take a note of this because the tech in this anime is slightly more advanced than like a standard classroom. So they literally, I think I was supposed to write floor, but I accidentally wrote door. But yeah, like all the desks sort of like fold that way and go into the floor.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I love that as a desk. Like, I don't know if schools could implement that in a in a like tech friendly and like environmentally friendly way.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like at least you need at least one per like continent or something like that. It's like you got your top school that's like super advanced desks and stuff like that. Anyway, since we're at school, Homura excuses herself to the nurse's office after seeing that Madoka's not at school. But instead of waiting for all the rigmarole of going with the health officer or the class rep, Homura just walks out. It's just like, how are you? You say you're not feeling well, but you just walk out of the room. That,
Never been like that.
No. Anyway, on the way to the location of which Sayaka, Kyoko reveals the fact that Walpurgis Night is coming to Mitakihara in a few days to Madoka. In which Sayaka is currently in an old warehouse. And to open the barrier, Kyoko uses a spear to stab a wall in spray paint. There's a spray paint art of a heart with the words "Love Me Do," which I think is supposed to be a song reference, or like a song title, but it's also like referencing the relationship between Sayaka and the violinist.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, you don't use your brain that much, don't you, Bailey?
Well, I don't know much about Japanese songs.
You don't even need to really know about Japanese songs to make the connection between Sayaka and the violinist. Because that connection, like, she has always sort of liked him from the start of the anime.
Yeah.
But just first he had his hand, like, issue with his hands and legs, which she was like, she wanted to stay out of that because, like, not a good time for him.
Yeah.
And then there was the post healing. She also stayed away from him from that because of being a magical girl, which was like supposed to be that downside of making that wish.
Go on.
I think that's mostly it with her. And like
Okay.
the song title is just like, I think it's a song title that's tying to that relationship between the two of them. And a lot of this stuff that the witch does is music related. It's a nice sort of showing that it's like magical girl powers also sort of become witch powers in a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, slicing open the barrier, Madoka and Kyoko confront witch Sayaka after some more conversation about Madoka's cowardice. It's like, she's a coward. She's not magically like, she doesn't have any magic, so of course she'd cower. But yeah, Kyoko is like, why do you want to become a magical girl? And not to answer lightly. It's like, because like, for Madoka, it would be an easy answer of just like, I want to try and save as many people as I can. Or something along those lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like hope, I think she mostly goes on about. So yeah, Kyoko's like, to truly think about the question before you even come up with an answer. And continuing further into the domain, Madoka and Kyoko get noticed and brought into the lair, like, which is a room filled with orchestra. It's like this, like, Witch Sayaka is very music oriented, even more
Like a
so
Disney
than.
princess. Like a Disney princess.
Nah, if a Disney princess went wrong, maybe.
I'll tell you what's wrong. You should see the movie Enchanted. That's so wrong. The princess ends up going to the real world, right?
I think I have seen that movie.
And she's staying at this place, and she starts singing, and you know all the animals come and clean up the place.
Yeah, I think I have seen that.
It's a real horror movie. The pigeons and the rats and the cockroaches. I'd be moving out of there, man. Or at least getting that whole thing desanitized, you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that'd work, actually. No, I have to burn it. Disgusting. Alright, where were we?
Anyway, but yeah, so Madoka starts talking to Sayaka, trying to get her to be more human, which I'm like, is that really gonna work? And like Kyoko's fighting Sayaka, and like Kyoko's thinking is that this is some sort of payback for what happened the first time they met, which was I think only like a
sure it isn't.
Huh?
How can you be so sure it isn't payback?
Okay, I think it's like only like been a week though, hasn't it? No, it would have been a while, because we did have a few times like a few montages pop up. So I'd say probably like 2 weeks. It's like yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Witch Sayaka tries to grab Kyoko, but Madoka steps in the way and grabs his head. It's like, Madoka, as much as you're a coward, you don't do that. You're gonna get easily crushed. So yeah, Kyoko asks... Oh, hold on. No, Kyoko slices off the hand that's holding Madoka, like, trying to crush her. So, and then, like, Witch Sayaka does a full-on, like... I'm trying to remember... There was, like, one... I think it was Bowser in the game, where it smashes the floor and the whole floor collapses.
You mean Bowsette?
Maybe... I know it's most likely a Mario game that happens in, doesn't it?
Yeah, but no, Bowser is Bowsette now.
No, only when he has the
when he put
crown.
on Princess Peach's crown, he morphed into a hot Princess Bowser Peach. It's terrifying.
No, I'm pretty sure Bowser is still Bowser, but when he has the crown, it's Bowsette.
Yeah, when he has the crown on, it's Bowsette.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bowsette got together with Mario.
What have you been watching on YouTube, huh?
That's what I've been hearing.
Anyway, so yeah, Witch Sayaka mashes in the floor, and Homura manages to save Madoka from the fall, and it's like, just casually catches her or something. And Kyoko's like, take care of the witch you're fighting. And like, Kyoko's like, Homura, take care of Madoka, because I'm a moron. Yeah, and like so she like throughout the whole anime she had her hair tied up, but for the first time I ever like where you see her untie her hair,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, we know it's serious now. And Kyoko's able to summon giant spears from the ground. I'm like, jeez, where did this come from? And
Yeah.
she like tosses her soul gem in the air because like the range. And she uses the giant spear to shoot the soul gem, which it does two things. It kills herself, and also Witch Sayaka in the explosion. Talk about two birds, one stone, literally. Anyway, so they get back, like, Homura and Madoka get back to Homura's place, which is like the clock sort of set up building, like, room. And Kyubi reveals it was impossible for Kyoko to save Sayaka. And Kyubi also says that in this situation, there was a good reason to lose Kyoko. In Kyubi's favour, of course. Everything's gonna go positive for Kyubi, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Go on.
Now we're moving on to episode 10. You want to take the first note? Or like the first few notes?
Oh, it would be my pleasure. Excuse me. Homura introduces herself to the class once again. However, her hair is in twin braids, kind of like Pippi Longstocking. And she has glasses. In her introduction, it's revealed Homura has heart problems, causing her to miss a lot of school. I think it might be a cardiac problem.
Yeah, it's like maybe a closed valve or like a narrow valve situation.
You know the heart is the rarest place you can get cancer.
Really?
Because the heart's like muscle. Because it has to keep pumping blood.
Oh yeah.
So there's not enough time so it's very hard for cancer to develop there. Between
You know you
lessons,
can get bone cancer?
yeah. Yeah, between lessons, all the female students crowd Homura with questions to ask, and Madoka saves her from the crowd with a white lie. This Homura is very shy, saying she's nothing like her name. Madoka says it's a wonderful name, so Homura needs to be cooler to match it. Homura struggles with mathematics and gets lightheaded in the warm-up exercise in gym class. That used to be me back in the day at gym.
Yeah.
I was always struggling, like,
But yeah,
do pull-up.
this is very different to what we were just talking about in the last episode, isn't it?
Yeah. It reminds me of, what was that anime we were covering before in the different times?
Higurashi.
Yeah. I know it's not like that, what's happening, but I don't know, it just kind of felt that way.
It sort of feels like Higurashi, but less dark.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, murders.
Yeah.
Whereas this is dark in terms of magical girls becoming witches.
On her way home, Homura accidentally walks into a witch's domain, but gets saved by by Mamie and
Mami.
Madoka. And Mommy, help! She gets saved by Madoka, Mommy, help! They save her as magical girls. Madoka has only been a magical girl for a week, unlike Mummy, who is a veteran. Mummy is training Madoka to become an amazing magical girl before the War Purchase Night arrives. Smash cut to the War Purchase Knight's domain. And Mommy, no! She's dead! Leaving Madoka to be the only one left.
There's only one mummy out there, and that's Mummy Longlegs from Puppy Playtime. Okay?
Yeah. Well, there's only one left to fight the War Purchase Knight. Yeah, Madoka's the only one left to fight, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Homura tries and fails to convince Madoka to run away. Go away, you're drunk, leave. But you know, she's not going anywhere. And as a result, she dies, and it's like, wait, what? I gotta say, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, it's such a shock. But it's gonna tie into what happens next.
Yeah, kind of like that Treehouse of Horror Simpsons was watching. The latest one.
But yeah, so in the aftermath.
Hit me up.
Oh,
You
sorry.
got it?
If you want to take it, you can.
That's what she said. And I said, no, thank you.
Okay. In the aftermath, Homura makes a contract to become a magical girl with the wish of meeting Madoka again for the first time. And she uses her magic for the first time, and I think this is I don't think Kyubi realized just how much she messed up, or they messed up with this, because she technically could just time travel back to before she met Madoka.
So why doesn't she do it?
No, she does it many times.
Yeah, but why doesn't she get it right the first time?
Because there's so much to learn with magical
Yeah.
girls. Like, honestly, it's not much, but it's also like, if you really think about it, it's actually a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she wakes up in her bed, it's like, wait, was it all a dream? And she gets to the school for the first time again, and Homura runs up to Madoka in the middle of class and says she became a magical girl like her. It's like, what?
Shut up. You're gonna blow our cover.
Anyway, so yeah, under a bridge, Homura shows off her magic of time manipulation. Obviously, to them, it looks like she's just teleporting. But like, Mami understands that it's stopping time. And Mami's wondering, how can we use that to our advantage against the Walpurgis Knight? Homura also seems to be very destructively creative. Being able to put together her own pipe bombs using recipes on the internet.
Nice, very nice.
It-
Who needs magical girl powers when you have a pipe bomb?
But it's also just interesting how it's just like how easy it is to find recipes for explosives on the internet.
Mm.
Like, that is extremely dangerous. And like, you look up the recipe for any bomb at any point, the police is gonna be at your door knocking. But yeah, so yeah, together the three girls defeat the witch Patricia by ultimately having Homura run across the bridge Mami makes using her ribbons and throwing a flash bomb up Patricia's skirt. Hey, that is the best I can write it without it being inappropriate or offensive. Because Patricia the Witch is just legs and a skirt. So it's just like, oh. Like, Bailey, you can understand how I could have made that way dirtier, right?
Yeah.
You want to take the next point?
You sure?
Just that previous point just got me, yeah. Ugh.
Which one? The accused of part?
No, the flash forward part.
Oh yeah. Is that Wait, that's what we're up to, or that's what we finished?
I'll put it exactly where we're up to. We're up to that.
Alright. Flash forward back to the War Purges Nights. Fight and Madoka dies once again. Her soul gem becoming a grief seed. I don't know. The grief seed reminds me of something from Elden Ring.
So you go from something from Skyrim to something from
yeah, no, it's
Elden
crazy.
Ring.
Yeah, and that grief is swallowed by War Purges Night. Homura repeats the loot once again to warn them of Kubei's trickery. Mommy and Sayaka don't believe what Homura is saying, wondering if she's working with Kyoko. Madoka is much more on the fence about it, trying to prevent the infighting.
Wait, I heard that. I heard that.
Nothing.
I
Heard
heard
nothing. Sayaka is against working with Homura due to the explosives. So to expand her arsenal, she freezes time to steal a handgun, a shotgun, and a sword from the Yakuza, being able to store it in her arm shield. Because that's one of the things that I always found weird. Like I found weird was it's about magical schoolgirls, but then they use ordinary weapons. It's like, can you imagine Harry Potter, the wizards versus Muggles, but the Muggles have guns?
Yeah, but I just wanted to note something. It took me a while just to figure out that she was stealing from the Yakuza. Because it wasn't that obvious.
Yeah, I didn't even notice till it was happening.
Like, you had like the one guy in the foreground smoking up the joint. And it's like, is it the police that she's stealing from? But no, why would she be stealing a sword from the police?
No idea.
But yeah, like Homura's like weapons are usually more normal than everyone else's.
That's saying something.
Well, it is hilarious the stuff that she does use later on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
but
wonder how she steals it as well. Like, there's no explanation for how she does this stuff. In the final... I think it's the final episode, or the second last episode.
Yeah. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've seen them. As Sayaka once again turns into the witch Octavia, Homura...
I just pronounce it as Octavia.
Yeah, where's the C for the Oct? It's okay, Tavia. Once she turns into the witch, okay, Tavia. Homura...
I think it's just it's just because of how they spell it in Germany. Because Oktoberfest is spelled with O-K-T-O.
Uberfest.
In Germany.
Yeah.
But
so
it's still pronounced October
Yeah.
Fest. So it'd be Octavia Fest. Octavia.
Homura uses her magic to stop time and use the handgun to save Madoka from the wheel attacks and destroys Witch Sayaka with tons of pipe bombs.
And it's not like the regular pipe bombs, it's like they're like sort of like timer ones. Almost. But excuse me, how does a handgun deflect a giant metal wheel? I get it's frozen in time, but it shouldn't work like that.
I have no idea. Well, you know, magic is convoluted.
Yeah, magic is stupid at times. Reminds me of you.
Mommy loses it, tying Homura up and shouting Kyoko's soul gem, and shooting Kyoko's soul gem, killing Kyoko. Madoka is forced to kill Mommy to save Homura. Mommy, no!
Yeah.
Back to the aftermatch of this third War Purges night fight, and both Madoka and Homura are about to die due to the corruption in their soul gems. Homura asks if Madoka has any grief seeds, to which she lies before using one to save Homura's life from becoming a witch. asking Homura to save her from Kyubey. Madoka's last request is for Homura to kill her before she becomes a witcher woman, to which she complies with a mercy kill via handgun.
I just want to rewind a moment. Why did Mammy go crazy just then?
I don't know. The plot
Was
demanded it.
was it just because of the knowledge of what happened? Of like the fact that Sayaka turned into Octavia?
Perhaps. We'll never know.
And she was like, she's just thinking, I don't want this to happen to my friends, so we're all gonna just die.
Yeah. Alright, hold on, let's go use the toilet real quick. You just wanna continue?
Yeah. I will get to the end of the episode because there's only like a few more. Anyway, so yeah. Homura loops again and changes her appearance, kills a QB, and warns Madoka not to accept any miracles. She steals even more weapons to expand her arsenal to ridiculous proportions. Yeah, just the fact of what she has going into the next fight, it's just, oh, how does she steal it? But yeah, she basically turns herself into a one-person military, not having to depend on anyone, and keep finding keeping the secrets of the future to herself. She's doing all this so Madoka doesn't have to fight. And she's killing all the witches by herself and doing all this stuff just so Madoka doesn't have to do it. However, by the time of the fourth Walpurgis Night fight, this is our opening to the anime actually. Homura tries to fight Walpurgis Night alone while Madoka watches. Ultimately though, Madoka makes a contract once again with Kyubi and kills the Walpurgis Night in one shot. She just full on arrow pew, and nails it. But with that victory comes an ultimate sacrifice, of which Madoka herself becomes a witch called Grimhild Gretchen, a witch stronger than Walpurgis Night, able to destroy Earth within a fortnight. So, and with that, Homura continues looping forever, searching forever for a way for Madoka not to become Grimhild Gretchen. Anyways, moving on to episode 11, which is gonna have a ridiculous arsenal, like, that I had to, like, use the wiki for. QB outright spells out that Homura has relived the last month many times across multiple parallel worlds, all to save Madoka from becoming Grimhild Gretchen. The ability of a magical girl is determined by the effect they'll have on faith. Madoka's powerful ability comes from Homura's ability to rewind time of the same month. By rewinding time, Homura has entangled many parallel worlds, giving Madoka the lines of fate from all of them, amplifying her potential of magic. Kiwi is happy with Homura's work of messing with time. It always comes back around to working out for QB in some way. It's just like, whew. Hey, also back at the hotel, Sayaka's body has been found, and like the police are searching for evidence of an accidental crime. It's like they're not gonna find any evidence. Returning home from returning home after Sayaka's wake, having to lie about knowing what happened to Sayaka, but her mum doesn't believe her or something. It's like we get like a weird zoom in shot of her face. It's like not. It's like the mum doesn't trust her, but it doesn't pay off in any way until like the very end, I think, of this episode. Once again, Kiwi shows up like an annoying zit to chat with Madoka and compare the death of Kyoko and Sayaka to a herd of cattle. It's like, oh, nah. Here we go with Kiwi. And Kiwi shows her horrifying images of like cow death. Apparently cows chose to become part of a human household.
Alright, back what I missed.
Just about the part about the cows.
Which, oh, yeah.
Yeah, how apparently cows decided to become part of the human household.
Funny little bastards running around.
Oh my god, this was probably the most disturbing part to me.
You ever see Me, Myself, and Irene?
No.
But it's got Jim Carrey in it, and there's a cow on the side of the road, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, guy. And he shoots it in the head because it's lying down just to put it to sleep. But still alive, and he fires 3 more bullets in its head. And then it comes back, and so he shoots, so he empties his clip into it, and then he just starts bashing it with his gun. So I'm trying to send you to the great beyond. Be free. And after all that, the cow survives.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's why back in the day, when they kill cows, they used to slit the throats because the skulls were too thick. Now they just use like a high pressure nail gun or whatever it is.
Anyway, thanks for adding to the disturbingness of this. But yeah, the cows decided to become a part of the human household to be raised, bred in safety from natural forces. And in captivity, cows, pigs, and birds have a better reproductive rate than in the wild. Excuse me? That... I actually tried to look this up.
The Promised Neverland?
The Promised... It's a lesser form of the Promised Neverland, yeah. Kiwi says their race is essentially treating humans more equally than humans treat cattle. It's a worldwide Promised Neverland. Oh, why? We're not done with Kiwi yet. They gave us the history of humans and incubators and how they got involved before anyone on Earth started recording our history. Magical girls have existed everywhere on Earth in every time period. So, in this universe, we gotta be thankful to the magical girls, because if they didn't exist, we wouldn't exist, basically.
Yeah.
I'm speaking as someone from the universe. Yeah, but yeah, QB says it was their desire that betrayed them, not the incubators. No, the incubators did betray them. By having wishes become true, something bad has to eventually come from that, as good must be balanced by bad. And Madoka asks if Kyuubi ever tried to understand the plight of all those magical girls. And Kyuubi answers that if they did, they never would have come to Earth in the first place. In their civilization, emotions to them are nothing more than an extremely rare mental disorder. If they never showed up, people on Earth would probably still be living unclothed in caves. It's like,
Savages.
like, the incubators don't understand that humans, for as dumb as they can be at most times, are actually pretty smart.
They're the most dangerous animal in the world.
Mm-hmm. You want to take the next few points?
Oh god, where were we? I'm still thinking about the cows. I'm completely.
I've clicked where
Here we
we're
go.
at.
Here we go. At the bar, which has the painting, the creation of Adam and Steve.
No.
Not Adam, Eve, and Steve.
Get your gay agenda out of here, buddy.
No, that was from Zoolander 2.
I know.
Madoka's mom and her teacher talk about Sayaka's death and what might have caused it. The teacher suspects relationship troubles, but it seems like the police will conclude she died from the stress of running away from home.
Which, I don't know if that's an actual possible thing, is it? To die from the stress of running away from home?
Well, people can die when they lose the will to live. And if the stress is on the body, then my guess is that maybe she had a heart attack. Or a stroke.
Maybe.
Yeah. Where were we? Madoka's mum says her daughter knows something about what happened to Sayaka, but at the same time, she doesn't seem to be lying to her. Madoka visits Homura's house to talk about the war purges night Tokyo mentioned, and how Kyoko and Homura were planning on defeating it together. War purges night is so powerful, it doesn't need to hide in barriers for protection, and just by existing, thousands of people will fall victim to its power. Homura still claims that she can take the War Purchase Night out by herself, only letting Kyoko help to give her a chance to save face.
Well, Kyoko got that in when she blew up Witch Sayaka. So, there's at least that.
I guess. Madoka doesn't believe Homura's claims, making Homura upset and saying she lives in a different time to Madoka. Homura reveals she's from the future!
From the future!
Searching for a way for Madoka to survive her fate. Homura just asked Madoka to let her protect Madoka from her fate as a magical girl. You want me to keep going, or...?
Hold up. So yeah, we cut over to a weather office where scientists are like checking up on the weather, and there's apparently a thunderstorm that's changing into a supercell. It's saying to issue an evacuation warning, and the supercell falls over Mitaki City, with evacuation centers filling up with people for safety. Seeing what it really is, Homura faces off with Warpost Knight once again with her arsenal of RPG and rocket launchers.
Okay, I thought you were about to say with her ass.
No, arsenal.
What?
Arsenal is like...
What is an arsenal?
No, arsenal means... is like...
Yeah, weapons.
Just weapons.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank 3 up your arsenal.
No, but...
I know. The joke is like up your ass, but it's arsenal, as in weapons.
No, I'm trying to talk about Homura right now.
Okay, sorry.
And the amount of rocket launchers and RPGs she has, I love the shot of it. It's just like, it's just her surrounded by them. like in the massive area.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you have that many rocket launchers in RPGs? Like she like uses her manipulation powers to fire every single one off until it looks like. Remember the opening from the Simpsons movie, the itchy and scratchy bit?
Maybe. Which one was that?
The Simpsons movie.
Yeah, but what was the skit?
Where the two main, like Itchy and Scratchy, go to space, and Itchy like the mouse abandons the cat on the moon.
Oh, he runs out of oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just hear Itchy, 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 and it's just like I'm telling on the sign.
Yeah.
But like when Itchy just like, launches all the missiles at the moon. That's what that reminded me of.
Oh yeah. Those missiles remind me of, remember in the first Sonic movie? Eggman fires the missiles. Like,
And so it's just so fast that they're all just moving in slow motion.
he's like, look at that, I beat my record or something like that.
No, he's also like doing like there's like one point where he's like doing the drumming.
Today.
He like grabs two rockets and like does drumming.
Yeah.
Anyway, Homura continues her attack by firing a continuous stream of mortar shells, followed by setting up bombs to collapse towers on the Walpurgis Knight. That does nothing. So next, Homura pulls out a whole petrol tank, like a petrol tanker truck, to drive into the Walpurgis Knight, sending it like flying backwards. Oh no, it doesn't fly backwards, it's just right into the Walpurgis Knight. She drops into the water and lands on anti-ship missiles. And shooting the Walpurgis Knight, pushing it backwards into a building full of C4.
I guess she wanted the Walpurgis to enter the building and C4 itself.
Really?
Yeah, I could have worded that better, but I'm proud of it.
But it's just like, just in that scene alone, like, it doesn't. What I wrote there doesn't really do justice, because she's like running along and pulling like the triggers on all the mortar shells, and then so like until she gets like to the bridge, of which she like pulls out the truck. And where does the truck come from? How does she steer it? All that. And straight to the Walpurgis Knight. And like has like the towers that fall on it that does nothing. It's like, I get Walpurgis Knight is supposed to be really, 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 really strong, but that is just a ridiculous amount of damage, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like overkill.
It's overkill and it's still not enough.
Oh, I just hate that when you play the game and the enemies defeat you, but then it's like over, because it's cool when you do it to the enemy. When they do it to you, it's like
Yeah, but like in this situation though, it's like it's probably like 1% of the health.
yeah.
That's how ridiculous Walpurgis Knight probably is. You want to take the next point?
Oh, sure. Just at the evacuation center, Madoka asks QB if Homura could beat Walpurgis Knight on her own. QB responds by saying to just watch the fight and see how Homura does. Study your opponent.
Study your opponent. Make sure you can't lose.
QB believes that in the end, Homura will just nullify the timeline to continue fighting for her from the past.
Past.
The moment Homura gives up on the notion of saving Madoka from her fate, she will lose to her despair and turn into a grief seed. Madoka goes to leave the evacuation center, but gets stopped by her mom telling her to leave, saving Homura to the firemen doing that. Saving Homura to... Wait,
The
telling her
firemen.
to leave. Saving Homura to the fire... Are you sure that's worded right?
Yeah, the people working, saving Homura.
To the firemen, okay, it just
Yeah.
sounds a bit weird. I know what you mean, but this how it's said seems a bit weird. So, saying the only person that can save Homura is herself. Madoka gets a slap in the face and is called
Yeah, for like the only time we see the mother, like her mum slap her. It's just like, she just goes...
Yeah. Madoka explains herself without revealing the truth, saying that she knows how much everyone cares for her, that she needs to value her life. But she feels she needs to protect everyone she loves, and that's to save Homura. Madoka asks her mummy to trust in what she's doing.
Yeah.
Back with Homura, while WN continues on its warpath to the evacuation center. I'm just gonna call him the Purge Knight because that's what he does.
But
He's purging in the timeline.
I think it's she.
Purging him. I don't know.
Yeah, probably it would be better because it's not really given a gender, I don't think.
Alright.
Just the names are female names, though.
Alright, the Purge Knight continues on its warpath to the evacuation center Madoka just left, using whole buildings to hit Homura with. Hit by rubble, Homura's only choices are to rewind again, or finally give up and give in to despair. Somehow, Madoka easily finds Homura, probably because of the two buildings smashed into each other, and reveals she's about to make her wish.
I love how Homura just takes a whole building to the face. And, like, her only real injury is that she gets pinned by rubble. Anyway, we're at the last episode. And this one, when I did the notes, it sort of turned more into philosophical sort of notes than story-driven notes. Because we start the episode off with Madoka having finally figured out her wish, but Homura doesn't want her to make it. It's like, fair point. We've got a bit of Yuri action going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Madoka gives Homura a hug, and Madoka believes she's with her. I think I misworded that. Oh, she's with her due to Homura's desire to protect her. Okay, I did word it right. It's just weird again. But she doesn't free Homura because she knows that if Homura can move, she can rewind time. And with the entanglement of many timelines, Madoka can make any wish, no matter how absurd it is.
Yeah, speaking of absurd, have you seen that new Disney movie, Wish?
I haven't.
It's awful, don't watch it.
Well, now you make me want to watch it. Thank you.
No, it's you can go ahead and watch it, but you should know that the Disney villain is the hero.
Do I care? No.
Yeah, well, you do, because it's about wishes.
I wish you would stop talking about that.
Mate, no, he's not going to grant that. He only grants specific wishes. If you have the main
Witches?
in charge, then if you have the main character who's supposed to be the good guy in charge, and everyone's wishes gets granted. Alright, where were we?
But yeah, I wanted to do something here, and because Madoka has her wish that we'll go over soon, and what would if you're in her position, what wish would you do?
That's a tough one because you know that it's not going to be. You can't just make it simple and be like, oh, okay, just fix everything. It doesn't work that way. If it would have worked, it would have been done by Homura would have done it.
Well, Homura didn't know what was going on, so it'd be Madoka doing that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just you got to be careful with the way it's established in this with wishes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd need to get all the evidence. You know, I'd have to be like, okay, this is happening. How do I not make Homura repeat everything? What wish is going to satiate her? So maybe create a world like where this doesn't happen and Homura can live there and be happy.
Mm. My idea of a wish is for the incubators to actually feel emotions in like at any point in time, because you got to specify any point in time in it, because you're dealing with a whole timeline of this stuff.
Yeah.
And my reason for that wish is it creates a situation where they don't come. Although, that creates a paradox, actually. Shoot.
Time paradox, or do you mean?
Technically a... Well, if that wish that I mentioned were to come true and the incubators could feel emotions, they would not show up in the first place, which means that wish could never happen. Which means they wouldn't have the emotions, which means they would show up and that wish could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that paradox, no! Although, again, it's like that question of like, if it's that powerful, does it matter?
Right.
Because also, there's going to be a timeline out, like, with technically the multiverse being proven to be real in this anime, there has to be a universe when the incubators don't show up.
Sure.
Do you have any ideas of what you would wish? Like, what wish you would come up with?
I already just said that wish once before, so I don't know what else I could have.
I did think of a second one, just based on what I said. And it was like, it's like, every magical girl that's currently alive is put into a timeline where there's no witches.
But kind of like Mirai Nikki, how there's another timeline, or
Yeah. It's similar to Madoka's wish as well. It's like Madoka's wish is... Like, should we get into the Madoka's wish?
I think we should just continue for now.
Yeah. So yeah, Madoka's wish is to wish away the existence of witches in all the timelines she's connected to at all points of time, both past and future. And obviously this wish shocks QB for the first time. Like, QB's actually like shocked, exclaiming that if it comes true, the conversation will expand beyond temporal manipulation onto the opposition of the laws of causality. So, by eliminating all the wishes, she's literally rewriting, like, what there has to be for the magical girls to exist. And the scene changes to Madoka sitting. We get a weird sort of cut here to like a scene of like Madoka sitting at a table with a cake dessert, and like Mami's there, and also Kyoko shows up as well. And like Mami's explained the risks of becoming a magical girl, but Madoka is ready to accept that responsibility. And it's like Kyoko shows up for some reason, and Mami holds hand with Madoka to like giving back her like the textbook with the sketches in it. And this whole small scene is not a real scene. It's in Madoka's mind. But yeah, we've just, again, it only takes one shot, but what Madoka destroys Wapoga's Knight in one shot, like Hunger Games style, shooting in the air. Like, remember, was Catching Fire? With the lightning tree?
I've seen two of them. I've only seen two.
Have you seen Catching Fire? That's the second one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like how Katniss shoots the arrow with the wire wrapped around it into the air to destroy the dome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Madoka basically does.
Okay. I never saw 3 and 3. I call them 3 because even though it's 2 movies, it's part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, and like with that one shot, it like just hundreds of arrows just go out from that one shot around the world to other magical girls and saving them from their bewitched fate. Soul gems taken away and the body hearts fading from existence, while still holding them as beacons. So it's very weirdly selective for some reason in the little cuts that we get. Because like we see one magical girl laying down about to turn into a witch. Oh no, that explains it, yeah. The one magical girl's about to turn into a witch, so basically because of that she disappears. Not to be confusing whatsoever on that. I think that's the best explanation I can think up on the spot. But yeah, after Madoka's ultimate attack, Homura wakes up to a flat, white expanse. Madoka's attack was strong enough for the need of the entire universe to be rearranged to fit Madoka's new laws. Homura survived due to her magic being time manipulation. I don't know why I reiterated the time manipulation so much. And together with QB, they watched the final result of Madoka. And it is so, like, her soul gem is so massive. It is literally, like, it surpasses the size of the meteor that killed the dinosaurs and has enough hope to create an entire new universe.
Yeah, puts the Infinity Stones to shame.
Yeah. You want to take the next few points?
Oh, you're doing such a good job.
Oh, come on. You can do a good job as well, can't you?
Alright, hold on. Where are we?
Hold on.
There we are, yep.
There.
Madoka is now able to do a galaxy-sized attack. What time is it?
We're nearly
no.
at the end. We're nearly at the end.
Madoka is now able to do a galaxy-sized attack, destroying her own witch, Grimhild Gretchen, and with it her own existence as well, shifting herself to a higher plane of reality. Homura doesn't want to accept that this is the end of Madoka as a person in any universe. Madoka appears to comfort Homura by saying she can see every universe that existed and will come to exist. She now understands what Homura was trying to do through all those universes. Madoka tells her not to give up hope and easily accept she'll forget Madoka since she was able to follow her to this reality. Handing over her ribbons to Homura, she just drifts away and disappears to her final destination, while Homura ends up in another Earth timeline.
I just want to note, in the entire scene, they both had no clothes on.
You sicko.
I'm not saying that in a gross way. It's just a detail that they put in. I'm like, if you want to call anyone a sicko, call the creators of that scene a sickos, because they like that scene alone. I think is like 5 minutes, and it's like, oh, why? I'm glad there was nothing too bad shown for that. Oh, yay. Okay. You can keep going.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if you were going or not.
Sorry.
Fading away, back to Earth. Yosuke walks onto stage to perform a violin rendition of Ave Maria for some judges. From the back of the auditorium, both Madoka and Sayaka watch Yusake's performance. Madoka explains to Sayaka that if she wanted to save her, she could have wished for nothing to have happened. But in doing so, this world where Kyosuke is playing could never exist. Mami is also out to the side of the stage, hiding from the view of everyone. The auditorium transforms into an opera house with a full audience, and Kyosuke sensing Sayaka's presence.
I wonder why Mami was there just off to the side behind the curtain. Was it like
Maybe she's got a thing for children.
No.
Watching them from behind curtains or hiding in the attic.
Kyosuke is around the same age as her.
I think she's older. But
Maybe by like 2 years, but still. It's like you a good test of like what age you lower age limit should be is like add 7 to your age then divide by 2, isn't it? I thought it was like you add 7 to your age and then you divide by 2. So like if you say Mami's like 17, like 17 would be an appropriate age for a senior. You add 7 to that, that's 24 divided by 2, 12. That doesn't sound as great. But you get what I mean though, right? Bailey?
Yeah.
You get what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the rule of thumb? For dating?
Don't know if it's exactly the rule of thumb, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's like a certain. It's like you add 7 divided by 2. I thought it was. But it's probably at some bigger number or something. Anyway, so we're back at the train station once again because repetition is repetition. And much like repetition, Sayaka dies once again, but this time Kyoko survives due to the law of the wheel. And I think that, like, this one thing is just, it's like the law of the wheel is just dropped and just, there's nothing with that. Kyoko is upset at Sayaka for disappearing over a guy she likes and admits they finally became friends. Homura remembers Madoka and her sacrifice, but Kyoko and Mami look at her confused, proving Madoka's wish did, in fact, become true. Because, like, of what her wish was, she ascended above everyone else to the point, and, like, no one in the world remembers her. But yeah, Homura seems to not be the only one to remember Madoka though, as Tatsuya draws her magical girl form in the dirt. And Madoka, being the elder sister she is, plays with Tatsuya despite being invisible. Madoka's mum also gets some hints that the name Madoka sounds familiar to her. She notices the ribbon Homura is wearing, which is in a similar style to Madoka. She's like got it wrapped around her head and like the bow on one side. Knowing the ribbon wouldn't suit her, but it would suit her daughter if she had one. I like the little touch of like Madoka still exists, but more as a concept than a person. And obviously, like, the family connection would be the strongest. Because, like, younger brother, older sister, sort of stuff. And, like, mother and daughter. I don't think we've heard that much from the dad since, like, the one time he spoke. You there, Bailey? Bailey?
Yeah.
You're just so quiet.
Oh, you know, just listening to your nice, serene undertones.
Anyway, at the top of a roof of a building, QB and Homura share another conversation about the changes to the rules of the universe. But Homura's the only one that knows that there's changes to the universe. QB's like, no, nothing's different. In this universe, soul gems can no longer be purified, just disappear, and the witches have been replaced with magical beasts. Actually, I think I had that wrong. Though, I think we do see Homura cleansing her soul gem with the stuff that she gets from the magical beast. But ignoring that, even though the witches are currently gone, humans still harbour curses towards the world that can attack from the shadows. Homura's magic has changed from the time manipulation that ruined everything to Madoka's hope magic, due to her now having a pink gem matching Madoka's colour. Were you going to say something, Bailey? Or are you just being quiet for weirdo's sake?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Okay, then, guess what? You can read the last little point.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah? You get to finish off.
Oh, well, if you insist. In the after credit scene, there's a message that reads, "Don't forget, always, somewhere, someone is fighting a few." As long as you remember her, you are not alone, walking towards a group of magical beasts. Homura sprouts dark wings of the power of witches to launch an attack. Oh my god, she's a double agent.
No, she's not a double agent. It's just the remnants of her universe still exist within her, so that allows her to do that. But because she can't become a witch, it's just the wings have the images of the witches in them.
Yeah.
And so, technically speaking, Homura is the strongest magical girl in this universe. Because she has the power of witches on her side.
The witcher woman.
Anyways, so that's the end of Madoka Magica. Our next anime, if you know Madoka Magica well enough, you know there's a spin-off. And that's what our next anime is. We're covering the spin-off of Madoka Magica known as Magia Record. And it's gonna be an interesting one because we're still back to witches in a sort of weird way.
Yeah.
Anyways, links will be in the description to both of Bailey's channels and also both of my channels for you guys to check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notification bell so the next video comes out. A ding, 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 a ding.
Dong dong.
That was only 2.
How many you want?
4.
Dong 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 dong.
I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.